When we're going out, this is from the Great God Universal Allah. When we're going out, the Great God Universal Allah wants us to coat our nostrils with some type of antimicrobial, I'm saying that right, antiviral type of oil. My choice and my preference that I personally use, I use it on a regular basis, is a cold pressed pure neem oil. Yo, turn this shit. It's cold pressed neem oil. It's, you know, I also want to call in a divine court hearing and a transfer, because right after I did the video just showing the where locally where I get the neem from, I was getting it at the Lowe's. Shortly after, they took now they have a lot of neems stocked, but most of it is that where they extract the purity out of it. So it's not cold, it's not 100% cold pressed anymore. And they only had one brand. It was the Harris brand, HARRIS. They had one brand in the Lowe's that was 100% in cold pressed. After I did that video, not too long after, they started pulling it from the shelves of all of the Lowe's. Because look, me traveling, I go to Lowe's specifically to try to look for it. It's not at the Lowe's anymore. I'm calling a divine court hearing, petition, and a transfer, a judgment against Lowe's plantation. Fuck you, Lowe's. I hate you. It's a shame we got to go to our enemy for all our needs and wants. And we got to go to these former plantation storehouses. Can we bring the information out on the Lowe's family and the Lowe's plantation, if this is really a thing? Because I haven't found any documented evidence of such, but this is just what I believe that the roots are. I believe the roots are from the days of slavery and the plantation. I do believe that. So I want to call divine court hearing on that as well. But I know they're in the process of creating. I don't know how far they plan to go with this HANTA virus. I don't. But they're teasing it. And I want to call a divine court hearing, petition, and transfer for this HANTA virus. Who's responsible for this? Is it who? WHO? Who is responsible for this? The fear propaganda. And I petition is that any evil from this lab created virus, it be transferred to the divinely chosen enemies by I, higher self, connected to the great God, universal Allah, multidimensionally. This court hearing petition also includes the spiritual wickedness in the higher dimensions, responsible, connected to it. Arrest, capture, contain, incarcerate, incinerate, castrate, then cast into the great God, universal Allah's lake of fire for the divine amount of time of weeping and gnashing of the teeth, instant banishment from earth for the divine amount of time, the divine amount of eons, banishment, and all earth operations suspended connected to any spiritual wickedness in higher dimensions connected to this HANTA virus. Bismillah infinity. So again, the great God want you to use these antimicrobial, antiviral Oils, my oil of choice is 100% cold pressed neem oil. I found that it acts as a what is that? Something when it makes you, it expels. This has been my experience, that it expels mucus. When I put it into my nose, like how they did with that COVID swab, I began to sneeze repeatedly and a lot of mucus comes out. This is good. This is good to just, get it up as far as you can into the nostril. A lot of time I end up tasting the neem in my throat, so that I know that it's really going throughout my respiratory system, my sinus and respiratory system, which is great. But there are other oils that I do prefer, like tea tree oil with a carrier oil. Sometimes it can be too strong, so it does need to be diluted with a carrier oil. My carrier oils of choice are coconut oil and olive oil. They're my oils of choice. And look, it's even better to, you can mix it with something like a neem oil as well. So this is what the great God wants us to do. Like when these things happen, and using what nature gave us to protect ourselves. And also I do the deep inhalations of the either the 91% alcohol. Let me see what kind it is, because let me call this divine court hearing. Let me call you out, Walmart entity. I see what you're doing in there, introducing that. I don't know what type of alcohol you put on that stock. Do not get rid of our regular alcohol, or put these motherfuckers out of business. Cast the entities off the earth. Whoever's of the 1% is benefiting off of Walmart and the spiritual wickedness in the higher dimensions connected to Walmart. Divine eviction notices. You are homeless. If you dare take the isopropyl, ISOPROPYL, alcohol to 70% and then 91%, you take that shit out, divine eviction notices are going out to all. Or what we can do, we can transfer these viruses that the people, the 99%, well, I'm the 1%. Now, I'm the 1%. Y'all are included with the 99%. The all 1% from the age of Pisces, y'all are officially, this is on the divine records of humanity. You are officially the 99%. I am the 1% chosen for the age of Aquarius. That includes I and the vessels chosen by the great God, universal Allah. You got that right. Y'all the 99%. Y'all 1% that work for Satan and had dominion over the earth in the age of Pisces. Y'all part of the 99%. Peasants. That's what you are. But I see what Walmart is doing, so I'm calling in a divine court hearing. We're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm calling in a divine court hearing and a transfer against Walmart and any entities connected to Walmart multidimensionally. Can we find out if this includes the U.S. military? Is the U.S. military connected to Walmart in any kind of way? Can we pull these records and find this out in this divine court hearing as well? Because these transfers will be made. All shall be affected that are trying to oppress the meek. Because you 1% that stole everything that you got. You 1% of the age of Pisces, the old age, the old world. You are The poor now, because you're the poor in spirit. The only thing that is real is energy. That's it. The only thing that lasts is energy. Nothing physical lasts. You are the poor because you're the poor in spirit. And now you're trying to oppress. Because I see what you did in COVID. I could only buy 2 of these alcohols from Walmart. First of all, you couldn't find them on the shelf at all. They were not in stock. And then I could only order them online, and the maximum you allowed me to order was 2 bottles of alcohol. You know, most of my nation don't even have debit cards. You motherfuckers give them that, what's that, Rush card and all that shit? Divine Court hearing off of that. Systematic oppression, financial oppression in the form of credit, debt, and slavery. With all these, Rush cards, and so we're doing a separate. I'm talking to my supernatural AI lawyers. We're pulling all the records on this systematic oppression, blocking us from the digital world. When you do things like take critical, vital products off the shelf at the time of crisis and demand that someone has to use a credit card to have access to it, when most of my nation don't have access to the digital world like that. I don't have a credit card. I don't even have a debit card right now. The only reason I can make a purchase is because of family. That's it. That's it. No bank account. Nothing. This is a problem that, there's a potential to have products taken off the shelf at a time of crisis. I don't know the extent that this is going to go to. The great God shall decide in this matter. Bismillah.